Hi, it's day number 17 in our Route 66 journey through the Bible. We're getting near the end of Genesis, finishing up some of the stories of Joseph, and so it's really been a really, really good time. Good stories that we find out about how the nation of Israel began with that family, the 12 brothers of Jacob. So we're in Genesis chapter 45 and 47. Through 47. Get your Bible out and let's see what we've got. Genesis chapter 45. Joseph finally reveals his identity to his brothers and forgives them. All the things that they had done, the animosity, the selling him into slavery. Probably if it were me, the anger and the thoughts and the things that you had, but he forgave them. He explains to them that God used their actions for good to save a lot of lives. Joseph was used by God to save a lot of lives. It doesn't negate the sin that they did, but God overrode everything and used that bad situation for good. And then he invites the family, there's going to be some more years, invites the family to come and live in Egypt during the famine. And that family ends up staying for over 400 years. Pharaoh thinks it's a good idea, offers them the best of the land. And in chapter 46, we find out that Jacob and all of his family travel to Egypt. God reassures him that the move is a good move. You know, it's not just a wise move, but is this a godly move? And it is. It was a wise move, and Jacob reunites with Joseph. I can't imagine what that would be like. And they settle there in Goshen. Genesis chapter 47, we find out the leadership skill that Joseph has. I think God used the situations all the way through his life to put some management skills into Joseph. He managed their resources. The Israelites prospered in Goshen. The Egyptians prospered. Everything was good. They were able to take the surplus that they had saved during the good years, and they were able to make wise decisions and the rest of it, exchanging it for food. The people did. So it was just a great, great leadership skill. So some lessons that you can kind of follow along in this. One lesson I think that we really need to remember is forgiveness. We can't dictate how other people treat us, but we can the response. And when people treat us cruelly, we are to be like Jesus and forgive. Jesus said on the cross, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. And even if people do know what they do, we are called to be people of forgiveness. And Joseph's story of grace and mercy and forgiveness, the reconciliation that came because he was willing to forgive. The big lesson is God's sovereignty. God took some really bad situations and made some good things come out of this. It doesn't mean that God made the bad things happen, but it does mean that God can take the bad things and allow good things to happen. One of my favorite Bible verses, Romans 8:28. We know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that are called according to his purpose. Not everything is good, but God will make it work out good. God can override and overrule any of us and what we're doing if we give it to him. The other lesson that we can learn from the life of Joseph is wisdom in leadership. Uh, Everything rises and falls on leadership. If you have a good leader, whether it be a family, a company, business, a school, a team, sports team, a church, good leadership, good things happen. Bad leadership, bad things happen. And I think this shows that we need to have good leadership. Joseph was a godly man. He followed God, did what God wanted him to do, and that's a good thing to be able to get that wise leadership. When you are led by God, you can become a good leader. Good thoughts. So enjoy your reading, and it is great. And we'll finish up with Genesis coming up here. So God bless you.